we will be using server send event. So we need to return the information using header instead. So in order to return the header, we need to import the make response in Flask. Then we can just declare a variable and then just make response here. And then we start to define the headers. Header, this is the content type. So we will need to use text event stream here as the content type, and cache control as well, because we need to monitor, to control the cache. So in my case, I would use no cache. Now we can just return the response, but this is not yet enough. We need to return the data as well. So in order to return the data, we need to do like this, okay? Respond data, and then we need to follow this format. So data, colon, and then this is your data. Then don't forget to use a double new line here as well. Okay, so now we already done from the server, but this is using the dummy data. But how can we get this information? So first I will go to inspect the index page, a console, and then I go back to index here. Okay, so we can start a script tag here, and then we can start the initialize the event source. So as you can see here, the event, so as you can see, the arguments is required, the URL. So in my case, I have a data endpoint, so I just call data endpoint here. So in this event source, the available function that you can use, it's like you can just type here, we have on open, when the connection is open, we can do something, and then on message, when there is something broadcasted from the server, you can just manipulate the data as well. Or when there is a mirror, you can just use on error. Okay, in my case, I will go to on message here, and then I will specify an argument as E, or you can just use event, something like this, because this is an argument to receive the information from the server. Okay, so I would do just console log E first. So when you refresh the page, you will see it. As you can see now, every second you will see the data, your data here, as you can see, right? Okay, good to go. So let's start to bind the form here, and then display the form over the index page here. Okay, so we go to main page again. Okay, main.py, and then what I'm going to do here, I don't need to install a database, or I don't need to store the name and age in the file, or what I can do is only to create a class, temporary class to store name and age first. So I would create the person class, and I would store name and age into the person class, and then from the data I would just call from the person class the information that just submitted from the form. Okay, so this is a basically very simple for you to understand, so we don't need to create something very complicated. Okay, let's start to create a simple class now. Let me try to create a person class here. So I would have names. Okay, I would have default value empty, and age default value is 0. Okay, so over here, as you can see, you need to get the information from here. But where do you get the information? From the form here. So before you can just pass the information to the client, you need to store it first. Temporarily store it first. So in my case, I just call person name equal to name, and the person age equal to age here. That means when you submit, the person would hold name and age automatically, and then once it holds the information, then the data would send the broadcast information to the clients using the event source. So now, in order to do this, I need to convert this data into JSON. So I need to import JSON first, and then here I would just declare variable person, empty JSON, and then I would just check first if person dot name and person dot age, if they are set, and then I can just use something like this, name, person name. Yeah, I just make it very simple for you to understand, so you can do any other way around. Besides the way that I'm showing you. Okay, so let's try like this first, just to make it easy for you to understand. Okay, then I can just convert it to JSON, I mean JSON string. So just call JSON dumps and then person. And right here you need to replace your data with the person above. So in my case I want to use the string format instead because it's easy to manipulate um, the the code. Okay, so just call person now. So by default it would send empty, I mean just empty JSON string to the server. You can see here now you receive the different data. Okay, as you can see there is empty curly bracket, I mean empty JSON here. So we able now to receive the information from the server. So we need to using, I mean, pure JavaScript and HTML from the index here in order to populate the data. So this is very simple. What you can do is to just start a div block here, just okay, just resolve. Okay, so I will change into this first. Let's say this is resolve. I will get element by ID. Okay, this is gonna be resolved. Then I would have content. Okay, consent. I would have create element. Okay, I would have div here. Then the content.inner HTML. Then I have to specify the okay, forget this one again. So I need to declare data variable in order to store the JSON string. Let's say JSON parse in e-data. But before you parse this, before you append it to the HTML, I mean result div, you need to check whether the I mean the object exists or the object available. So you can just do object.keys data length greater than 0, and then you can just do this. Okay. Okay, just this, and then you can just specify the data.name. Okay, I separate it by space and data.age. Okay, then I would just append this to the result content. Okay, so now let's go. We need to submit this. Okay, submit this to the I mean this is from the server. I mean the form, when you submit it would store, you go back to the code first. I want to summarize a bit. So I have a temporary class called person here. So when the form is input here, name and age, so the name and age will be stored into person class name and age here. So when it is stored, then it will broadcast to the index page. Yes, it is paid with this I mean this data. So when it's already broadcasted, I would like to reset. Okay, I would like to reset the data as well to prevent from I mean appending the unnecessary data into the page. Okay, let's try again. So I would submit. Okay, what's wrong? Looks like it doesn't work. Okay, so let's see why it doesn't work here. Key object, key data. Okay, let me try to console something. Okay. Let me try to submit test 30. Name test 830. Okay. E-data. Let me check something first. Sorry, I forgot to refresh this. Okay, test 30. Okay. Okay, they would get name test 30. Okay. So okay, I think it should work. I missed something. ID resolve, so document get element by ID resolve, and then I would have a content in HTML equal to this one, data name, data age. Okay, let's try to log this again one more time. looks like it worked. Yeah, it works now. Okay, it worked. Okay, we just need to wait maybe 1 second. Okay, so let's try again. Now we need to test the result. Okay, let's try to my name. Okay, so you will see. Okay, test 40. Yeah, it's just a bit slow. 50. Okay, and B 60. Yeah, C 35, something like this. Yes, as you can see now, the data is I mean interactive. You can just use a server send event submitting the data from the form, and then it will be populated on the index. But just make sure the index page, you have to initialize the event source here in order to get the result from the server. So this is basically the SSE, the server send event works without using any mechanism like a long polling or WebSocket. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please help subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Goodbye.